Hello, welcome back. Proclamation from Vanheim. Sparkle Horse is the prophet of Acoustic Kitty. There we go. And then a couple of battles. We attacked Silverfangs with the Veti. Did that no problem. That's good. And there was a battle in the Sensi as well, which we lost. He left the Tyrant and the Gigantes here. And he also has what seems like 1 billion points of province events. So we can't really deal with that with the Cavemen, unfortunately. The Cavemen were for hitting some Tyrants and Gigantes very hard. They're not really very good at hitting hundreds of points of heavy infantry very hard. We don't learn much from this battle, unfortunately. Although we do see that not all of his Tyrants cast Fire Shield, which is a bit weird. I thought they would all be doing that. Looks like one of them has Stone Skin as well instead of Iron Skin. Yeah. So we lost the Cavemen, but that's like, what, 800 gold worth of PD? I don't know, guys. Rocker lost some province income. Flagra also got attacked by Independence as well, over here. So this section here is kind of cut off now, weirdly. Finished upgrading the Fortress and Traveller's Rest, which is nice. We've got the 3 forts now, plus the woodlands. And that's it for messages. And still not much going on, unfortunately. I just can't really do anything at the moment because of the war. So the plan is still really the same. I'm just trying to get research done, which is going pretty quickly. We'll be over 200 next month. Every mage that I recruit, which has Astral, which is all the Weavers, is just going to go to Woodlands to join some sort of communion one day. Still forging quills, still just getting the research done, and just going to sit here and wait for something to happen, I think. At some point we'll end up in a battle with Flagra, and if we win we'll be able to push forwards at least. I just don't know how to force a battle that's favourable to us. I might start keeping these turns quite short though anyway. Just focus on things that are actually happening that are interesting and relevant, which so far isn't much. So with that in mind, I'm going to just end the turn there. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. I got some evocation done. We've got enough research now to hit 4 next turn, so we'll have Thunderstrike. A bunch of thrones got claimed, such as sites didn't find any. Got attacked in 2 places by Flagra. And we also took Ancient Woods from some Dryads. Events, nothing too interesting, but we did get a Skull Mentor, which is quite nice. Units have aged from the Throne of Death, and Throne of Gaia events are over. Didn't really harass us very much, which was nice. Yeah, got Flagra here and here now. This one in the cave is a very small army, just 1 Tyrant and some Gigantes. I think it's 8 of them. They head into the Cavemen. This isn't quite enough Cavemen though anymore. We've lost all the ones we recruited, so this is just about 10 from the PD. That doesn't go very well. And then in Beligor, we've got a slightly bigger army. This one has 3 Tyrants. I don't think these ones cast Fire Shield though. No. They just do protective buffs. So that's how things look now. And I am going to just try and defend Woodlands and Oak Halls. So the big army is getting split up. Some of the stuff's going to Oak Halls. We're going to spam some Lightning Bolts and Steel Breath. Quite a lot of units. We'll see how those guys fare. Woodlands, significantly fewer units, but we've got some mages now in a communion. So we've got about 5 masters and 4 slaves, I think, at the moment. Which is a bit top-heavy. I'm hoping they just spam Thunderstrike. Because I feel like a Thunderstrike communion might just nuke out the Gigantes, I'm not sure. Best we can hope for. Oceania doesn't seem to be doing anything at the moment, he's just turtling in his cap with about 80 units. Mary is menacing on my border with gigantic stacks. And that's pretty much how things look still at the moment. So that was turn 23. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. We got our evocation done. So so I've scripted explicitly a bunch of Thunderstrikes this turn. Some of our mages could also do Freezing Mist, which is also a possibility. Although I think Thunderstrike is just better, right? I've got them scripted to do Thunderstrike at the moment anyway. I think it's probably better. We did get attacked by Marignon in Ancient Woods. You might think this is a betrayal, but no, it seems like Marignon has gone AI for some reason. Which I suppose is a betrayal in its own right, so I'm not sure what happened to him. But there we go. So we're getting attacked by AI Marignon now as well. I threw a caveman at Beligor, unfortunately not very successful. And we saw a big Flagra group merge up in Seftia. But it's going to move somewhere towards me. Just not sure where or when. Here's everyone doing Fire Shield now, which is bad for our units. Maybe the Drakon is scripted to attack though. Because I assume if you've got this many units, you don't want it breathing poison, right? That might be one tiny benefit, I suppose. But that's what Seftia looks like. Events then, fertility cult stuff, and Dunheim lost some income. Yes, the big army is here in Seftia. Marignon's over here, doing AI things. So, I think the best thing to do is just go back to defending my Shaman province. Beligor's got the disease site, which I don't want to move into. Mari could be moving in from the northeast here. So yeah, I think we just sit back in the Shaman forest. It's the only province he could really attack this turn, belonging to me. Unless he wants to move the entire stack back to the Silverfangs. I've still got everything scripted to a hold and attack archers, because I feel like closing on the Dracon's probably still important, right? But maybe that's not necessary. Maybe I can just have these guys on fire that they use their javelins. I'm not sure. I feel like the giants are going to be what closes first anyway, right? Maybe the ones in the middle can be on fire. Everything else is just on attack archers though. Got some shamblers, got a couple of Orichalcum guards, a couple of archers, some random bits and pieces. Lizards and stuff. And it's still just a Thunderstrike communion. We got 7 slaves now. Bunch of masters all doing Thunderstrike. One of the masters is a lizard, so he's going to drop buffs on the communion slaves. We got regen, poison resistance in case that helps against the Drakon. Personal luck, twist fate. I got my god who is going to do some enlarges on the slaves as well. Might help a bit. And that is pretty much the turn. So next turn, maybe we'll have some kind of decisive battle in the woodlands. Fingers crossed. So thanks for watching. That was turn 24. I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. We did not have a decisive battle with Flagra, unfortunately. We are now being raided by AI Marignon. Yeah, and I'm just kind of still stuck, to be honest. We're still in the woodlands. We also lost our mercenaries, even though I rebid on them, which is a bit frustrating. We got this fort under siege now. We've got Marignon with 2 stacks up here. Flagra has just moved his stack down into the cave. And yeah, I'm just going to continue sitting in the woodlands, I think. Until something happens, I'm going to cover these turns in a very, very brief fashion from now on. And so nothing's really happening yet. Just sitting in the woodlands. Forgot to put these guys on research, apparently. But yeah, assume everyone in this province is either preaching or researching or patrolling or something. And that's it for this turn. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next turn. Hello, welcome back. It's currently turn 28, I think. I haven't recorded the last few turns. I also staled yesterday, unfortunately. I was at the hospital. I couldn't get the game paused in time. So I missed one of my turns. I've been quite poorly the last week or so. I don't know if you noticed, but I've been like holding up this game quite a bit. I'm like always last to take my turn. I just got back from the hospital. I'm feeling a lot better now, at least. It's been hard to sit at a computer. Yeah, so this is where the game is up to now. Turn 28. we've finally had a battle with Flegra, which is good. So let's see how that went. So here's my beautiful army. We've got the Thunderstrike Communion. And here's Flegra's boys. There's no Drakon in this fight though. We open with, looks like Astral Geyser. Flegra has 6 Tyrants and then 22 Gigantes, I think it was. He walks forwards and walks into our initial Thunderstrike volley, which is pretty nice. There's quite a bit of damage, lots of people are stunned. Here's some more Thunderstrikes. This is actually much more effective than I thought it was going to be. I haven't seen a Thunderstrike Communion in a while. People just dump air rallies onto the battle usually. This guy's already running away. Even the Stellar Cascades isn't bad. I mean, we're laying down a lot of it here. I think maybe some of our slaves have died, so they're doing astral stuff. I think these guys accumulated a little bit of fatigue when they were casting their spells to begin with, and then this guy's now 88 fatigue. This guy's 102. He just got fatigued out by the spell and run away. How are you doing? That one's okay. Yeah, so this guy's great now that we finally had a battle. Took us quite a bit to get to this point, but my downstairs neighbour's making tons of noise. I hope that's not getting picked up on the mic, but this last guy lasts quite a while. He's got all the damage resistance buffs. We do eventually, I think, hit him with the bow. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he just lost all his magic. So there we go. That was Phaeacia, finally. Killed a lot of stuff. These are all worth 65 gold. Tyrants are 315. We did lose our Communion slaves, unfortunately. Our Communion was very top heavy, especially for the duration of that fight. But other than that, I mean, 50 Colossi, some lizards. We didn't really lose anything. Our best unit that we can recruit is the Orichalcum Guard. We only lost 2 of those. So all in all, I mean, that's about as good as we could have possibly hoped for, right? It's a shame it took this long to have a battle like that. This is how the game looks now. We've got Oceania taking little pieces out of us. Mario's over here still seizing our stuff. Allegra has a few more stacks to go. 30 in his cap, 60 here. He's not going to make peace with me. So, what are my options? Probably have to sack the Mari stuff. I could just accept that I'm out of the game and march the whole stack up. Just to threaten Allegra's cap. Just to push him backwards while I get killed by Oceania, pretty much. I could cut my losses here and just start stashing new troops in the province here as another sort of defensive posture. And then move this stuff down. And then probably wipe out Oceania pretty quickly. But I don't think I'm ever going to be relevant at any point because I can't really fight off 3 people. I'm down to, what, like 9 provinces? I'm going to lose this one. It's turn 28. I don't know if there's a route really back into this game for me. I'm not sure. I mean, we just had a really rough start and then this war has just been kind of pointless and I don't know. I mean, I'll do what I can. I'll just keep trying to play it out and I'll record things that seem interesting, but I think we're getting near the end of this series, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to make a huge splash in this game, to be honest. I think we're fighting just to have any kind of impact at all. So I'll record at least one more video, I think. But yeah, that was it for turn 28. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. It's now turn 30. We had Katiz trying to take some provinces. Obviously, he took Mycenaean Marshes last turn. So I just bumped up the province defense in Simri and sent a Weaver over to do some mine burns. We stopped this pretty quickly. Katiz had like no army for most of the game. But it's very funny to imagine that this is like the entire Cartesian army getting wiped out by Bob PD. It probably isn't, but it's funny to imagine that it is. We'll just pretend that we've vanquished Catiz entirely. And we also started marching our army towards Phlegra's cap. That's what I've decided to do. And he actually moved into us, so we got to have another battle with Phlegra. So here's another big group of Gigantes. The commune is a lot less top-heavy now. Still very effective. This is a bit annoying though. We go off script and do Freezing Mist, which unfortunately kills a lot of our own dudes. A bunch of our Orichalcum cards just died to that. Can't really be helped though. And yeah, eventually this guy dies. So there's another Phlegran stack dead. We're just blowing through this guy now. Don't know we lost all the Orichalcum guys. Oh well. Interestingly, his army can't quite... well, it depends where he moves next. But I'm just going to go up and threaten his cap. The Marignon over here is 280 units large, so whatever he does now, I can't really stop. And that's pretty much it for this turn. So hopefully we get to have a cool battle on Phlegra's cap. I think we're probably going to end up taking it, which would be quite good. I don't think I can make much more impact in this game beyond that. His army might try to chase me, and we'll end up having another battle, which would be quite good. But that's it for this turn. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hello, welcome back. It's now turn 35. I've finally moved on to his cap. Been walking forwards and then sieging it. And he broke siege this turn. With mostly cows, which is a good sign. He does have his guard and a few Torrents and Gigantes. He does Curse of Stones. And go the mighty cows. But yeah, he still can't really fight into this communion at all. So it's just mincing Gigantes. His god doesn't last very long either. This is nice. That more or less concludes the war that began about 20 turns ago. So there's Phlegra. We lost basically nothing. Yeah, he's now down here. He's got a few units on our cap, so I just marched them to his cap. We smashed his two armies. I think that was all he had left. He's on our cap, but he does about like 30 points of wall damage a turn. So he can't really do anything. His cap is open at the moment. So I'm going to storm it this turn. And then I think that's probably the end of the series, to be honest. I'm going to like storm his cap, take it, and then I'll kind of I'll do an end of game summary. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in just a moment. Hello, welcome back. Okay, this isn't quite the next turn. It's now turn 38. Yeah, I for a moment there, I almost thought we might have a route back into the game, and I was just kind of, I don't know, I wasn't sure if I'd declared us out prematurely, but no, this is 3 turns later. Yeah, we're out, which is a shame. I mean, we've been out for most of the game, is the reality. We did take Phlegra's cap, though, so we're sitting in that. And we could have easily marched down and liberated our own cap from Phlegra. In fact, we had some stuff in Phaeacia as well, which, I don't know, he didn't have many units left. Maybe this would have been enough, to be honest. Just a couple of Thunderstrike casters. But since then, yeah, Asheni has moved in. Mari is off our border. He's over here now. Who knows what he's going to do. Phlegra has been reduced to Helot Warriors, Cyclops Hurlers, and Barbarians. So he's pretty much out of the game as well. Yeah, but Pythium over here has gigantic stacks ready to roll over us as well. So we're done. Yeah, but like I said, I think we were out from pretty early on. So what went wrong? So first of all, we had a pretty bad expansion phase. I didn't expand very well, did I? Let's be honest. I got a lot of our commanders killed. I had difficulty taking some of these provinces. Some of them were fake difficulties, like the Blizzard province where they were holding the banner thing. That made it look like there was hundreds of units here. Lost a bunch of commanders to getting were killed by just random units. So it wasn't a very good expansion phase. And then we had an early war that, if I'm being totally honest, like I think Phlegra's decision to rush us was just kind of dumb. At no point has he ever really been able to like take stuff from us. He can take random provinces, but yeah, he just couldn't storm down any of our forts. And if he tried to, we would have immediately just balled up all of our units and knocked him off. I mean, at the end, he was doing like, I think like 20 or 30 points of siege damage to our cap. I think the only thing the early war served to do was make us both irrelevant, which is how it ended up. Phlegra's gone AI, of course. And I'm totally irrelevant now as well. A bit of a shame. He just refused to make peace. He kept saying he wants to be in the videos, which is kind of annoying as well. But yeah, so we were just kind of locked into that war, unfortunately, and it just wiped us both out. I didn't realize how effective Thunderstrike Communions were going to be against him. But in fairness, we couldn't really do a Thunderstrike Communion until we actually had mages. So we needed to wait until our buildings were up and our research were done and we'd actually recruited mages before we could put one together. But once we did, it was a pretty good counter against them. So yeah, so if we'd got things online a bit earlier, and if I'd been a bit more aggressive with it, maybe we could have pushed in earlier, and things would have been okay. But I think ultimately things were a foregone conclusion, right? We had Oceania moving in. We had Katiz trying to like take bits off us. He didn't really do it very effectively. Mari has these giant stacks. And yeah, Pythium is going to easily roll over us now as well. So I don't know, bit of a rough game. But I'm glad I at least managed to like knock Phlegra out for rushing us. Because if someone rushes you, you can't just fold. Because then you get a reputation for being an easy rush target. So if someone rushes you and then you end up just knocking them out of the game, even if you go down with them, at least in future games it discourages people from rushing you, right? That's something at least. So I wish this game had been a bit more interesting to watch. You know, I wish it was. I wish I was crushing everyone and ruling the world. But you know, sometimes games are like this. Sometimes you just get locked into an early war. Things don't go your way, and yeah, you end up in a position that you can't really come back from. So this will be the last turn I record in Antiquarian. If you have watched it this far, I hope it was enjoyable, and yeah, thanks for watching. Maybe the next one will be a bit better. I've just joined the game as Raga in the late age. So that'll be the next game going up on the channel. I think Raga is a very good nation as well. I think Phaeacia is like not considered a great nation. I think if they get their island start, they're a lot better, right? Because it'd be a lot harder for people to get at you. You'd have much higher income and stuff. But yeah, maybe I need a nice easy nation like Raga to carry me through to victory in future. So yeah, maybe we'll have better luck then. Yeah, so this is the end of Antiquarian. Thanks for watching. Thanks as always to my Patreons for supporting me in the channel. If you have enjoyed this series and you'd like to support me in the channel, there'll be a link to my Patreon in the description below. And I think that's everything. I can't see any graphs or anything, can I? No, only my own. Does this tell us anything? Well, we had provinces and then we lost them. Had forts and then we lost some of those. Yeah, this doesn't really tell us much, does it? I did get some of my research going. It's something, I suppose. But research wasn't that bad at the end, actually. Even now, when we've been reduced to, like, nothing, we've still got almost 500 research per month. That's probably better than a lot of my other games. Yeah. So I'll leave it there. Again, I hope this was I hope this wasn't too like dull to watch, just me kind of not really being able to make much impact in this game, but you know, I did my best, as always. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next game. So, see you then.